Baby account, what's that mean? I just sent it to her. Would you open up another account? You trying to do paperwork. I don't want to do the paperwork. I get what you're saying, but I just
You
sent her
talking about a
money.
little account where you just put money?
Are you
I just
married, India? Oh, I mean, you said it like I'm supposed to know.
how long you been married, Andy? How long you been married? 2 years? Y'all still in the honeymoon stage or it's over?
Yeah, it's the honeymoon stage for them. Uh-oh.
I don't know what how she be up here talking.
How long y'all were together though?
Girl, don't let them get in your business.
How long you how long y'all were together?
That sounds like a little exaggeration because you don't have the years lined up, but we're gonna let you make it. Okay, y'all knew.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So
Okay,
yeah,
That
so
pandemic love, that
go ahead,
pandemic
Sasha.
love.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
Sasha. Your
So,
turn, and then we'll go down the fast. We hear
all
from
right.
Blasian, and then Joetta.
okay, but hey, but I do need them to hit that tap that screen. Let's get these likes up. It's only 452. Can we get to 525 by the top of the hour? Thank you.
I was gonna say, are modern women okay? So, are they giving up? I'm gonna have to say no. They're not giving up because from what I see on the platforms, I hopped in another live. It wasn't a live that you're thinking of, and it was like the younger women were in the live. And what I'm hearing from them is they're not even trying to have any kids or be bothered with men. So I don't even know what to say now.
Well, there's a CBS study being. I mean, they still get pregnant, so it don't really matter. It don't be bother with me.
I
They
mean,
still be
but is that on a level? For what level was it? Is it our like? Did they break it down to race or?
They still they they still having babies. So I believe it when I see it. I ain't going on nothing they say.
It's
They
weird because when I talk to the younger people, the
it's still
ones
one in
that don't
four.
have kids, they do not have any kids, and they're not trying to have any kids, and they
But
the most interesting thing I got out of that was this. Listen to this. The reason why they were not interested in getting married or having children at all was because of what they were hearing from married people.
what you mean? What were they hearing?
I think that like they had friends who were married, and the friends who are married are actually complaining about, what old boy did today or yesterday or what they didn't
Or
do.
what he didn't do because she was
Uh,
lazy and didn't want to do what she was supposed
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. But that's the reason why that
to do that
they
stuff.
were like, yeah, you're gonna miss me with that. So I'm gonna have to
But it's
say
still
that
but
for
they
the
still gonna
most
have
part, they're
sex.
not giving up.
I mean, but they still gonna have sex. So I mean, they might become baby mamas instead of becoming wives. But whatever.
So I just thought
Just,
I'd say that
just take
because
the-
that's what I was hearing, and I'm beginning to see it like out in you know here where you don't see as many women having kids, younger women. It's like from their 20 to 29, like they're not having any kids. Like it's declining. So I'm
'cause
not quite sure what's happening out here at this point. Like who
CBS did a
y'all see?
study. Sociologists did a study.
And what was
CBS
the
put out
study?
a study. The study is men are leaving them alone. So they're worried about it. There's
I don't know if they
growing
worried
numbers
about
of
it.
men. They said 40 to 50% of men are virgins. And they say they rather deal with toys than be with women. They rather just leave women alone altogether. That's what's happening.
That is so interesting. I gotta say that
Go
is
check it out. CBS study they
CBS
did.
study.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was
And
just so
they
crazy.
worried because what's gonna happen is that the kids, um, that the kids are gonna be Well, no, then they're gonna have less babies, right?
Yeah.
Also,
And it's declining across the board
it's
too,
really,
like
yeah,
in the United States.
instead of it being 1 in 4 in our community, it's gonna be 1 in 8 women who will be married in their lifetime. So, hey, marriage zero, Pookie and Ray Ray up 10 points.
Do you think it's because women are not requiring marriage? Because,
They
I
say they don't
always,
want it. So even if they're not requiring it, they say they don't want it. But guess what? They still gonna have sex. So what happens when you keep having sex without any commitment or marriage? You're gonna have babies out of wedlock. They're gonna make the situation better. It might make it not as exponentially worse. It's gonna make it worse.
and like I said, it's the younger women. I think when women get past 30, like on to their 40s, they don't have any kids. I think that biological TikTok thing starts happening with them,
And
and
that's why
then they
and
want
that's and
kids,
then,
right?
and then they, right, and then they can't get married. So then guess what? Your body's telling them to have sex. So they have sex, and what happens after that?
When they're looking for
Baby.
that baby, that by
Right.
then. Hmm.
But
Because
we don't know nothing. We don't study these things. These things don't make sense at all. So we're just here, just talking for nothing.
we're not talking for nothing. I'm sure we're reaching somebody, huh? We have a young lady now. She's
And
been
also,
married
I
for
think
2 years.
it's pushed that there are more benefits, or it's been pushed in our community that there are more benefits to having a child without being married than it is getting married, having a husband, and doing it that way. Because Uncle Sam, your uncle gonna come in and help you if you have one without being married. He gonna give you food stamps. They gonna give you WIC. They gonna give you housing. You gonna get all this stuff. What's the point of you married?
Yeah. Right.
Wait, what?
But this wasn't even that type of
For
women
a
that
woman
were
to get
on this
married?
panel. These were women who were either had ascertained their college degree or almost already done. It's like these women weren't those girls that you think you're talking about. That's running around here with 3, 4, 5 baby daddy. That wasn't this type of set. This was a set where these were women on here that were like doing stuff, like they were making it happen. So that's why I tuned in and I was listening to them, and it was just weird because the way they spoke was they were speaking in terms of like, really, I'm gonna be independent. I don't like what I'm seeing out from Pookie and Ray Ray and the rest of the guys, and they just went from there, huh?
Peter, you
We're
sound
talking
distorted.
about
Peter, you sound
you
distorted.
saw this thought, yeah, you do. But he said, how old were they? They were like in the 22 to 26 range, like in that little range there. They were older girls. They're tired yet, huh? Yeah, like some of them were 30, but it was you distort.
Hey,
You
Peter,
distorted like a
mute.
mug, Peter. You
Yeah,
distorted like a
mute and
mug.
unmute.
How about now?
Yup, you
Bam,
good.
there you go. You in there.
How about now?
And she was saying, I think she, yeah, you
I can
good.
hear you
She was saying
now.
that they're
You
college. She was saying
Yeah.
like
All
they
right.
said
Okay. So
college
yeah.
graduating in their
So they were
career
20.
or
You
something
said they
like
were
that.
like 26 or something like that. What they were making? You said they were making things happen. What they was making six
well,
figures or
meaning
more
that
or
meaning
something. What do you mean?
right. Well, some of them, like one lady, I think she was an accountant. There's one lady, she was actually, um, I think they were like finishing up their college degree. They all were just speaking, but I didn't. None of them had kids. From what I thought. Like when they popped up, it's like none of them seemed to have any children, and they were younger, and it was just like one of those Gen Z millennial type deals when they didn't have kids. There was some older ones speaking to them, and the reason why they were not interested in getting married is because of what they were hearing from the people, their friends who were married, or
You know what?
yeah,
Also,
and they were,
people.
and I thought,
Oh,
yeah, so they
also,
so they
also,
getting a
people were
bad.
just proposing to them like that, and they were just
Well,
refusing it.
people do it. I refused a marriage one time. So, I
Okay,
mean, that's not
what I'm
new. I
saying
mean,
is, sis,
But his,
what I'm
my
trying,
thing
I
is,
mean,
I
that's,
feel
I
what
know
like
I'm
what you're
trying to
saying.
say, hold
They're
on.
just
2020,
overall
2020,
refusing
2026.
marriage. I don't know if
What
knowing maybe
what I'm
asking
saying
them
is
or the
they're unmarried by default, not because they choosing it. They're unmarried by
I,
default.
I don't even know. Like, I just listened. Was just wondering, like, well, who are they dating? Are you going out with anyone? Like, I'm thinking, like, in those terms, because,
They having sex. Just put
but
it out there. They gonna
Can,
eventually
can
have a
I
baby.
can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Fab. Go ahead.
So
Come right in.
I'm part of that demographic. I'm currently I have my bachelor's in nursing, but I'm still in school.
You 26?
No, I'm 24. Turning
Oh,
24
okay.
actually.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I have no desire to get married, and even in the future, I don't see myself getting married. I really don't want to get married. Right now, I have like about 3 more years in school, and then after that, I just
Hmm.
literally plan on traveling. And I'm sorry, I can't really hear myself think.
She keep chopping up. She keep chopping wood back there. I keep muting her. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fab.
So, and even at that, I'm speaking for myself personally because I do believe there's people out there like me. I don't even
Sure.
want to sleep around with people. I've only ever been with one person sexually, and one person, like two people in relationship, one person sexually. So I have no sexual desire like that, and I don't want to get married. I don't plan on getting married. If it happens, it happens. But I really don't wish for that.
You playing if it happens card.
yeah. See,
good, good,
that's what I
good
was
I'm
move.
just
hearing.
saying,
What
I'm just
about
saying,
kids?
I don't want it, but
What about
you know,
children?
life happens.
If
Why
it
don't
happens, it
why don't
happens.
you want it, Fab? Why don't you
What
want it?
about? I want to know. What
Doesn't
about
matter at this
children?
point. It doesn't matter. She said if it happens, it happens. That
No,
No,
means
no,
that
but here's the
no,
thing,
no,
that
because here's the
means
thing.
no, Peter. What I'm saying is, like, life happens. I'm not
right.
expecting it. I don't want it. But if I happen to meet a person that changes my mind, then of course. But I highly doubt that because I'm
And that's
heavy.
most women.
No, I'm
That's most
heavily.
women. If they meet the man of their dreams, they gonna say no.
I have said no because I'm not ready, right? And even in the near future, I won't be ready. Like I said, I
Man of
don't.
their dreams. I said man of dreams. So you met the man of your dreams and said no to him.
See, Peter, this is what I'm
Right.
saying. This is what we're
Let her
running into.
talk. Let her talk. It's her
But
turn.
you're not letting her talk.
I'm asking a question, so she is talking. I'm talking. It's going back and forth.
Go
That's how
ahead.
communication goes. It's not no dissertations up here.
Um,
But go ahead, Fab.
so yes, my first relationship, we were together for a long time, and I was 21 at the time when he proposed, but I said no, and I wasn't ready. I was still in school. Even at the time, I wasn't even making good money. I wasn't in the right place, mentally, physically, just everything, and once again, I don't see myself getting married in the future. I really have no desire to. Like,
So
I don't see the.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What was the purpose of a long term relationship for you not to get married?
We just enjoyed each other's company. I would say we loved each other because I loved him, and I wasn't looking for marriage or wanting marriage at the time. Like I said, I was in school and I was also working 2 jobs at the time. So I didn't have.
Y'all never talked about marriage,
No,
huh?
actually, we never talked about it. He never even brought it up the entire time. That's why the proposal was kind of like confusing to me how it came about because we never talked about it. We never had that conversation. Not at all.
Peter, this is reminding
Maybe
me of the other
maybe
night.
if
This is
so
reminding me of the other night.
that's the person that you did something with,
Yes.
or maybe he just got confused and want to make an honest woman out you. And but okay, I understand.
See, if he
Why
had
don't you
talked to
desire to
me
be married?
about it,
No,
the
no.
thing is, I'm heavy on communication and I'm heavy on communicating with your partner. If he had talked to me about it in some way, shape, or form, we would have come to an understanding. Because I understand I did hurt his feelings when I said no. I understand how that had came off, and that's quite frankly, that's what ruined our relationship. But if we had talked about it and he was able to talk to me about anything, I made him feel that comfortable, but he never came to me about marriage until the day that he proposed. So I really, I'm not ready for it. I don't want it, and quite frankly, I don't see the benefit of it. I already make great money. I'm well established. I have no sexual desires.
Okay, we have a oh, I played the wrong one. But this is from this is a cash app from Vance. He said score love 1, marriage 0. That's so stupid. Oh, that's so dumb.
Money, money,
I have a question because
money.
So
she
Fab,
made a
Money.
Fab.
comment
So
about
do you
something.
plan on being
now
with somebody
now
just
let
for a
Joanna
short
come
period of
jump
time and
in
not?
real quick.
Go
Let
ahead, go
Joanna
ahead,
come
brother. Go
in.
ahead, brother.
Then we
So,
bring you
Fab,
in.
you said you have no sexual
Okay, I'm
desire.
I'm gonna get quick and to the point instead of dragging it out like I was.
No, I was just saying
Hold
I
on.
was just saying
Somebody
Joanna. I
talking?
was saying Joanna.
Allow me to.
I was saying I was
You
saying
did say
Joanna.
Joanna.
I'm
India,
gonna
can
bring
you
you in,
please
Joe.
mute up? India, mute your mic,
Joetta or
please.
Joanna?
Joanna.
Joanna, yeah.
So, Fab, you say you have no sexual desire?
Yes. Meaning I don't wish to have sex with anyone. Like I can go without that. Like I lost my
How
virginity
long
when
can you go without sex?
I've gone without it basically up until I was 20 years old, and I've gone with it.
Now they got toys for that, sis. Come on, this is 2023. Get with the
Okay,
times. They got
Peter,
roses and stuff
Peter,
like that.
Peter.
Gardens.
I understand that they have toys. I
Yeah.
get it. I know. But she's saying she has no sexual desire. That means she's not using any toys.
You wasting your time.
No, she has no
She's
sexual desire with the
pansexual.
man.
With
She's pansexual.
Yeah, that's all. I'm telling you, this is what I'm getting out there. I'm telling you. I'm
what
just
is that? What does it have to do with anything?
She's
nothing. It has
pansexual.
nothing to do with anything. I'm just saying that, when we speak to, do you have any desire to have any kids?
No, not at all.
See,
Not yet.
No,
that's what
never.
I'm
Okay.
hearing.
Not at all.
That's why I don't, that's why I'm like I'm at a loss for words because I don't know what to say. Because a
Fab,
long
did
time
you
ago.
have a Fab? Did you have a happy childhood growing up?
I did. I absolutely did. I grew up with both my parents. I grew up in a home full of love, and yeah, I did have a great experience growing up.
So you have no desire to give that to somebody else, to another child?
Um, that's not honestly my responsibility. So
What is your responsibility on this earth? What is your responsibility? What do you feel like? What do you feel like your
just
responsibility is?
to walk in my purpose. I know that answer is a bit generalized, but just to do what I want to do. I'm responsible for my happiness, and I would say my family too, but I don't feel obligated to have a child just because I want them to experience that. Like, I think there's a lot that goes into having children. It's not just about giving them happiness and a good home. And I think there's so much that goes into play about having kids. And I don't know, I just don't want kids at all. And if I were to meet someone, I would tell them I don't want to have kids. And if we're not on the same level or we're not understanding that, then I would just leave it alone. I've always mentioned that.
So,
Fab, are you
for
also
you, let me
Quiet.
ask one more question, brother. You can go ahead and go, Coach.
It's not
So
illegal
you
in
want
Canada to sell S on a military base. It's
what?
not illegal in Canada. I don't believe it. So you're saying
What the hell was that?
That probably was a TV or something.
Okay, my last question, Fab. So you would ideally you would have to find a companion that does not want children and is okay with not being married and possibly minimal amount of sex. Correct?
My entire point is I don't want a partner, period. But if I were to get a partner, then of course these are things that we would discuss and sort of come to a consensus because I really just don't care about what I feel. I care about what my partner likes and what my partner would feel. So I would consider working around my boundaries so we could meet in the middle, basically. But my entire point here is I don't want a partner, period. It could be that. I don't know. I'm thinking in the future too, right? That's why I clarified that I wouldn't want this in the future either. Like, but once again, life does happen. I don't know what could change. Something could happen, but overall, that's not what I'm looking for or what I desire.
Yeah, I get it. It's no pressure. You know, you want to walk this life with no pressure. I get it. I understand that. That's understandable. But y'all kept saying she has no desire for sex. That doesn't mean, you know what?
So it also said you was pansexual on your page. So does that mean you're open to experimenting with women? Because that's what pansexual means. You're attracted to men or women. You don't care about the gender.
My second relationship was with a woman, so I've been with both a man and a woman. It does mean I'm just open to any gender, but even at that, with women, I wouldn't want to be with women too. Just a partner, period. But yeah, I am pansexual.
Did you have a bad experience with men, or you just feel like you just don't want?
I
No
have had
pressure,
a
sis.
no.
She don't
I
want no
don't mind
pressure.
No,
about
no, there's no pressure. I'm just asking. I'm just,
No, I'm
you
just
know,
saying her life. The way she's
no,
describing
perfect.
how
She's
she want
good.
her life to go. She doesn't want pressure.
No,
So
there's
she's
there's
going
no
with,
pressure.
you know.
No,
That's
no,
that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
I
we
don't
asking
I
her
don't
these
mind the
questions.
question.
She's trying to live a life of no pressure, no expectations of only of expectations of herself, only expectations of what she feels like it's within her that's within her control. It's no pressure.
I don't mind the questions and
Well, no, I'm not saying the questions, is pressure. I'm just saying she pretty much telling you she want to live a life with no pressure.
He's saying that you want to live a free life with no expectations, with no pressure from anybody else other than yourself.
pretty much. Okay, yeah. So that is true. I really just want to live my life and
Right,
enjoy my life.
right.
that's all right. That's cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. We will visit this at 33.
It feel like a burden to get into a relationship with somebody else because you got to worry about their emotions, how they're feeling, where they stand
Right.
in the relationship, reassuring them.
Relationship takes work. Mm-hmm. Relationships
That
take
what it
work.
is.
Yeah.
Um, sorta something like that. Only because I could say it's from past experiences. Because she asked, "Have I had a bad experience with men?" And I have. So I don't take lightly with my boundaries being like disrespected or my boundaries being changed. I sincerely don't. I don't like that at all. And I know sometimes I can come off a bit narcissistic and selfish. I guess it's just a human response
The
sometimes, but
coping
a
mechanism.
coping
No,
mechanism basically.
No,
So
I
I
mean,
understand.
all women are a little crazy, so it's okay. That's normal for women to be a little crazy. No,
I'm
yeah,
not
so
honestly, yeah.
it's sort of
crazy.
like a coping
Who
mechanism.
said they not crazy?
Me, I'm on the unicorn. Remember on
Who's
the
it?
me, Sasha.
You. We know you crazy.
Oh, I'm not crazy. Very
Okay.
logical.
We'll ask your husband that. He'll look
Oh
at
no,
you
you can't.
like,
Oh no, 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 you can't ask him that.
I know, right? Because he gonna say you crazy. He's like, you crazy for saying you ain't crazy. That's what he gonna say.
But I was just saying that's what that's what I'm hearing. You put your ear to the street. This is what I'm getting. And the reason why I said it because my son one of my oldest son, he has a he's been with a girl for a long time. She is very much into her career. She makes a good bit of money, and she is not interested in children or at all. And I just think that's just, I don't know.
So
It's
I mean,
just
your
different.
son was
It's
talking
just
to him.
different. It's
Your
just
son was
different.
talking to her.
Yeah, he's still going out with her. He's still going out with her. I have one son
Yeah,
that's
he's
married,
smashing her.
and
Okay, go ahead. I
I
understand.
have another son. I have one son that's married, happily married, and I have another
Okay.
son
I mean, ask you
who's
about your sons. We asked you about that son. So he's smashing her. Okay, I see it.
all right, so Fav, I kind of get a sense of what you're talking about, right, with your bad experience. But I need you to understand that after that experience and right now, because of the way the world is and all the different options that you can explore right now, if you decide to cut men off, um, you probably should protect yourself and guard yourself from all these ideologies out there that are giving you other options, like uh, like pansexualism and all these other weird things that you could get into to like avoid gender and all that, because it can get really dangerous for you. You can either take the LGBT route, you could take the hyper promiscuous route. There's so many traps and for you to fall into. So right, what I think you should probably do is refrain from any type of relationship and try to get some type of counseling, right, to deal with it, because it's not normal for human beings to not want to be in relationships or to deal with people, right? Because we're social creatures. So you really need to guard yourself mentally and spiritually from all these traps out here for you to.
I think it's sort of what we're told that we need to. The thing is, I have friends. I talk to people. I socialize with people. Even in what you would call the dating scene, I do talk to people. But it's what you're told, that you should be with someone. You have to be with someone. You have to be married. You have to have children. I don't believe in that, and I'm not taking like a different route. I'm pansexual because I'm pansexual. I've always been open to any gender from the time I was 6 years old. So it's not like an escape. And once again, hypersexualism, that's not me, because I don't have sexual desire. Once again, I don't feel like sleeping with anyone. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. I'm not solely against men. I'm against everyone. Like as far as being in a relationship with someone or partnership, whatever. But friends, all those things, I'm open to that. I'm a very social person,
Okay, Fab,
just not when it comes to
Fab, right? So
romantic relationships.
what I was talking about, right, about these traps for you to fall into because you've had a, I'm not going to say traumatic because I don't know, but you've had an experience that kind of changed your outlook, right? Um, there's no way a 6 year old knows their sexual identity, right? So this is indoctrination that you kind of got sucked into, right? Because now you're going back into your childhood and changing the reality of your childhood, saying, well, I've been pansexual since I was 6 years old. That's this this is ideology coming from a certain community that wants to, that has certain agendas, and this isn't an accurate depiction of a child and their sexuality. At you don't develop sexuality at 6 years old. You're not concerned about that unless something has happened to you around that age.
No. So that's not the case, and you can refute that. But I grew up in Africa, and I also grew up in Portugal, and I went to an all girls boarding school. So I don't understand what the agenda is or what you're talking about. I knew this because I had feelings for girls at 6 years old. I can remember how I felt towards everyone. I only found out that there's a term for it. To me, it was just like, I like everybody. But I just found out when I moved to America that the term is called pansexual. I never knew that. I'm not understanding where you're coming from with that. I wasn't even around that setting. My parents are Christian conservative, very, very much against it, but
All
I
right.
don't know what you're
So
saying I was exposed to.
pansexual is defined as sexually or romantically attracted to. At 6 years old, you should not be sexually or romantically attracted to anyone, male or female. If that is the case and nothing has happened to you as a child, then that is some type of chemical imbalance. That's not a natural occurrence. You haven't even started to to mature yet at that age, to even start developing at that age, like puberty. That hasn't even occurred yet. So you shouldn't be sexually or romantically attracted to anyone.
Maybe it's because I fell down the stairs when I was 5. Maybe that's why I started liking girls, but we'll never know.
No, not in kindergarten, first grade.
There's a little girl. There's
Sexual
a
I don't
attraction.
know
You
about that.
you
I wasn't.
no, that's too young to involve some type of sexual behavior.
exactly.
Unless you've been exposed. Excuse me, I'm speaking. Unless you've been exposed to something, or but to have those type of feelings, like my grandson is 5 and he's in kindergarten, and he's not he knows girls are pretty, but he thinks everybody's pretty. Like, he tells me every day, Gigi, you're beautiful. Mommy, you're pretty. Yanni, you're pretty. That Yanni's his little sister. So, but as far as, oh, I like this girl, now he will say, when I get older, I want to get married and have a wife. Now he says that, but he don't know outside of that. Come on now. What type of sex he's what type of person he likes sexually? No, he doesn't
Exactly.
know.
I feel like you're taking that out of context. When I say I knew at 6 years old, I'm saying I knew I just liked everyone. I liked like as a child, what you would consider a child liking, that I
But that's
wasn't
not. That's
thinking
you said
sexually
you
or
were.
romantically at 6 years old. I just knew I liked everyone. And the more when I was growing up, I started to understand. That's how
No.
it
No.
evolves.
This is how.
Just like
This is what you
any
said.
heterosexual person is. A
You
6 year old
said
boy can say,
I
I
think you're just
like
going to a
this girl.
rebellious stage. Peter, can we move on from this, please? Let's move on, because she is where she is, and she's satisfied with where she's at, and that's fine.
That's
Let
what
her
you
go.
didn't see me mute up. I
Oh, okay,
said
okay,
she
go.
just don't. She wants to live a life where there's no pressures
No boundaries.
outside of herself.
Okay,
No,
we can
no,
move on. Let's
that's
talk
it.
about
And
something
she,
else.
she goes with the wind. If the
Okay.
wind
Well,
takes
then
her
let her blow away.
to Spain, then she go to
Let her,
Spain. If the wind take her to Southern Africa, she go to Southern Africa.
then
If the
let her
wind
blow
take her to
away.
Australia, then she go to Australia. I've been done. I blew myself away. I muted up. And I was trying to get y'all to do that. But
I
y'all wanted to
stopped
go
talking.
in. Y'all want to talk about pan stuff, and last time I saw anything about pan, that's a character from
I
Dragon
don't
Ball
even know what
Z
that is.
GT. But
The Pan
I
Am thing.
digress.
I don't even know what that is. But as long as she's happy doing her, then we good. I have no problem.
All right, alrighty then. So, whose turn was it? Was Joetta? She got for me. Give me what you got for a pork chop.
Okay, I'm not gonna take y'all down that long journey no more. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Are modern are modern independent women giving up? I feel like they don't have to give up if they go back to our culture that we once had. Now this is going to be a hot topic.
But
Now I'm
culture,
saying, now I'm saying,
culture that we must have. What you mean? Go ahead.
I'm getting ready to say it. Polygamy, polygamy. These women
But
are
then they would be
complaining
giving up
about.
on independence, though, wouldn't they?
Well, no, these women are complaining about men not being faithful, men are cheating, this, that, and the other. Now, back in the day, like I heard the African man say last night, his father had 13 wives. Okay, now the Bible says a man can have as many wives as he can afford. Okay, and that don't mean you're in the bed having threesomes and foursomes. Each woman is supposed to have her own house, and nobody is supposed to suffer. Eventually, it's going to be 7 women to 1 man
I
because
can't wait.
men are in jail, men are